Hello and welcome to Chasing the Dollar, brought to you by TAB Sportsbet. We do have the Summer Cup for you coming up today, and we're going to have a look at that race. And Tim Newbold joins me as always. Tim, you like one here at a bit of value. We won't go through exactly who you are tipping, but some good value. Yeah, it is. At double figure odds, I think it'll run a really big race. The series was short on numbers, but it has got a quality lineup. Some of the best days in the country at Wentworth Park on Saturday night. It'll be a cracking race. Yeah, we'll get into the feature and all the legs of the quaddie very, very shortly. But let's call in with Matt Jenkins from TAB Sportsbet, because there is a fixed odds market on the Schweppes Summer Cup.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah, once again, plenty of markets available here at TAB Sportsbet on greyhound racing this weekend, and some great feature racing as well, particularly coming up on Saturday night, the Summer Cup over 720 metres. We've been open for quite some time on this market, and a few little changes. We'll have a look there at the favourite Zipping Lad. Of course, it did look pretty impressive last week. It's going to be very hard to beat there at $2.40. Has firmed up slightly from the opening quote there of $2.60. On the second line of betting, not a lot of interest for the New Zealand dog here, Thrilling Brat there at $2.60. A very good move here out of box 3 for Keita Eden. $10 went up, that was smashed in. They're around about the $5.50 mark at the moment on the third line of betting. They're Zipping Malfoy, not a lot of interest there at $6.50. And looking at Grandeur at bigger odds there, $11. I know Tim doesn't mind it as a blowout chance there to win the big race there on Saturday night, but big price there about Grandeur if you do want to follow Tim Newbold's tip there. But plenty of other racing, as I said, provided by TAB Sportsbet. Have a look, and some nice jackpots going on as well for Victorian customers there at the Meadows. Make sure you do have a look at the jackpots available there on the quaddie. A little bit over $10,000, tab.com.au.
Well, thank you, Matt. The first leg of the quaddie is race number 5. This is the free-for-all of the night. A pretty nice little race too. Tim, who are you tipping?
I like number 1, Adam Away. He's one of my favourite greyhounds. We've seen that plenty of times with me tipping him on here. He's beautifully drawn on the inside. He should lead or sit second, chasing one of the weaker greyhounds. I think he can run one of those down if he does sit second or third. He was narrowly beaten last week. Chenzu Boy annoyed him for the entire trip, and back marker grabbed the pair right on the line. I think he'll atone. I'm really keen on Adam Away.
He can run a second though, can't he? 4 in a row.
He can, but he'll break through on Saturday night. Number 3, Shady's Lesson at big value, can run a cheeky race. She's coming into this very fresh, and she'll be good odds. And Chenzu Boy has always got the pace to be competitive. He'll be vying for the early lead, but I'm really keen on Adam Away.
Yeah, race 5, number 1 on top, Adam Away. Well, race number 6 sees the Country Dogs come to town for $8,000 in prize money. Tim, pretty tough to stack this one up, but there is one you like.
Yeah, there's one with experience on the track, and that is number 8, Liz Swan. She's beautifully drawn out wide on the track. She's a brilliant beginner, great early pace. She's run 30.05 at the track. I think she'll rush to the lead and be very, very hard to gun down. The big danger is number 1, Imposing Jet for Dave Irwin, the Queensland Futurity winner. She's debuting at the track, which is a big concern. If she has tried, she'll be very, very hard to beat. She's a class runner, and she comes right into contention from the inside, but just a query first up at the track. And throw in Ritza Ronnie, who has been at Wentworth Park before. But I like number 8, Liz Swan, the big danger, number 1, Imposing Jet.
In race 6, Tim has the 8 on top. Yeah, well, the feature will come up as race number 8, but race 7 is an absolute cracker. Geez, there's some dogs going well here, Tim.
Yeah, there is. I like Young Snoz. There isn't a greyhound going any better in the country than him. He won 2 on the trot in flying time, and he ran second last week. It was a phenomenal run. He can be touchy at box rides, but he's got great speed when he gets rolling into stride. He's well drawn outside a railer and inside a wider runner and moderate beginner, so he should get plenty of room to move in the initial stages. He is flying. I think he's clearly the one to beat. Number 1, Benzai Karoma, has won in very good fashion 2 out of his past 3 at Wentworth Park, broken 30 seconds, and from the inside will get every chance. And Zipping Man returned from a break last week in very good fashion. Second up, 500 again. He lacks early pace. He'll be strong at the end, but I really like Young Snoz.
Yeah, Tim is very keen on the 6 Young Snoz for Jason McKay. Well, race number 8 is the final leg of the quaddie. It is also our feature event at Wentworth Park this Saturday night. It is the Schweppes Summer Cup. There's a couple that dominate betting here, Tim, but you were going outside. You're pretty keen as well.
I like Grandeur at the value. I think $11 is an incredible price. He debuted at Wentworth Park last week. He looked all at sea. He felt his way around the track. He got beat 4.5 to 5 at the end in 42.31. With natural improvement, he's got 3 lengths up his sleeve, at least. I think if he can find another length or two, $11 on an each-way basis is incredible odds. Go back a couple of runs ago, back at Sandown, that's granted. Zipping Lad was 5 to 1, and he was 3 to 1 favourite. There isn't that much bigger difference between the pair at Wentworth Park. In saying that, Zipping Lad should be the favourite. He returned to his best, his favourite track last week, leading all of the way. He got tired, but he'll be better with the run under his belt. Number 3, Keto Eden, she's another who'll be improved after having a first run at the 700 for a few weeks last week. I think she's got a great chance. And throw in Zipping Malfoy, who is airborne at the moment.
You're not keen at all on thrilling Brat left him right out?
Yeah, the Kiwi Raider, I think he is the lay of the century. He's $2.60 at the moment. His win first up was incredible, 42.15. He found the line strongly last week behind Zipping Lad, but he hasn't got a great deal of early pace, and I think he's been suited by the smaller fields in both runs in Australia. He's got a lot of pace drawn around him. I think he's going to get lost in the field, and he'll be out the back early, and I don't think he can run some of these greyhounds down. I could end up with egg on my face, but I think he's a big, big lay.
All right, Grandeur is the tip for Tim, $11 right now. Yeah, very intriguing meeting we have on Saturday night at Wentworth Park. Tim, give us your best of the night.
I like Adam away in race 5. I outlined it earlier. I think he'll lead, and I think he'll be winning. If he doesn't lead, I think he'll sit second or third and be strong at the end.
And we know who your value is. It's in the feature.
Yeah, Grandeur, as I said, $11. It is incredible price at the moment.
It certainly is. Matt Jenkins from TAB Sportsbet. Plenty happening in sport. Take us through.
Yeah, some interesting racing and sport coming up this weekend. Racing over there in the west of Kingston Town. Classic and Lucky Grey, after drawing poorly, has been on the drift, but will run the favourite there in the last Group 1 of the year. We've got the Trill Memorial from Bankstown there, where Shaky's going to be very hard to beat. It will run the favourite, probably odds on. It has drifted slightly from its opening quote there of $1.65. Sharky in that one. Looking forward to that. And of course, on the sporting front, a stack of different sport. The Aussies taking on the Black Caps there in Brisbane at the Gabba in the first of 2 tests. Then they go to Hobart. Betting live, a stack of different markets you can bet live on with TAB Sportsbet. On the cricket, of course, some great soccer action coming up this weekend. We saw some upsets in the Carling Cup. Man City now favourite with the 4 teams left in front of Liverpool. And then we've got Crystal Palace, who beat Man United, and also Cardiff. There, Brisbane roll on, and good support for them to beat Sydney FC. Of course, they're playing there on a suburban ground, the St George Illawarra Dragons ground there at Cogra. That should be a very good game there on Sunday afternoon, and a stack of other sport going on, and a big fight too. Cotto taking on Margarita. He will start the favourite, Cotto, $1.40. That one happening Sunday. Check out all the markets at tab.com.au. Call us on 133 300. Of course, pop into your local New South Wales or Victorian TAB.
Okay, thank you very much, Matt. Now, Tim, you are calling the action there at Wentworth Park this Saturday night. I'd imagine if Grandeur hits the front at the turn, we might hear a little bit of excitement in the voice.
No, you can't call through your kick. Yeah, I am, Benny. The great man PA is having a couple of nights off, and I've got a feeling hope I go through and get through them A-OK.
All right, well, good luck.
Thanks, Benny.
We'll see you next week on Chasing the Dollar.